The process of finalizing the route for a power transmission line is a complex and multi-step procedure that requires careful planning, analysis, and decision-making. Before reaching the stage where the route is finalized, several critical preparatory activities must be undertaken to ensure that the chosen route is the most efficient, cost-effective, and minimally disruptive. The first step is to conduct a preliminary feasibility study, which involves analyzing multiple potential corridors for the transmission line. This initial study considers several factors, including the geographical layout, existing infrastructure, environmental constraints, and technical requirements. One of the key aspects of this phase is the minimization of environmental and social impact. The proposed transmission line route must avoid or minimize interference with environmentally sensitive areas such as wetlands, wildlife habitats, national parks, and conservation zones. Additionally, densely populated urban areas should be bypassed to prevent disruptions to communities, reduce potential legal disputes, and avoid costly compensation for land acquisition. Land that is required for agricultural use or other economically important activities should also be avoided where possible to prevent conflicts with local stakeholders. Another critical component before finalizing the route is ensuring that the transmission line is compliant with regulatory frameworks. Local, regional, and national authorities typically impose strict regulations regarding land use, environmental protection, and infrastructure development. Before moving forward, utility companies must obtain permits and clearances from multiple governmental agencies, including environmental impact assessments (EIAs), land use permits, and safety certifications. This process requires close coordination with regulatory bodies to ensure that all legal obligations are met, which can be time-consuming but is essential for the success of the project. In addition to regulatory approval, securing land access or right-of-way is a major task. Negotiating with landowners, local communities, and other stakeholders is essential to gaining access to the land where the transmission line will be built. This process may involve purchasing land outright, leasing land, or securing easements that grant temporary or permanent access to the land for construction and maintenance purposes. These negotiations must be handled carefully to avoid legal disputes and resistance from landowners. In some cases, utility companies may need to employ eminent domain laws to acquire the land, but this is often a last resort due to its potential for generating opposition. Once these steps are completed, the preliminary route is selected and can then move forward to the detailed survey phase, which further refines the chosen path. The detailed survey is conducted immediately after the preliminary route has been selected and before the final route is approved. It is a critical step that involves gathering detailed, precise data about the terrain, topography,